Greetings from South Korea. I am Adang, Arirang News AI anchor. Here is the news-making headlines today. South Korea's top trade officials are mounting an urgent diplomatic push in Washington as the Trump administration signals it may reinstate steep tariffs on Korean goods. Industry Minister Kim Jong-un met U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick on Thursday local time, though the two sides failed to reach an immediate agreement. Kim said he made clear that Korea remains firmly committed to implementing agreed investments, including the special investment bill, and sought to persuade Washington not to reinstate the tariffs. A follow-up meeting is scheduled for Friday morning, as well as talks between Trade Minister Yeo Han-gu and U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer. The United States has once again placed South Korea on its foreign exchange monitoring list. In its semi-annual report to Congress, the U.S. Treasury named South Korea among 10 economies including China, Japan, and Germany flagged for heightened attention over macroeconomic and exchange rate policies. South Korea was removed from the list in late 2023, but was put back on it in November 2024 and remains there under the latest assessment. In response, the Blue House said the Korean finance authorities will maintain close communication with the U.S. Treasury Department, adding that the U.S. report reaffirms the Korean currency's depreciation against the greenback is not in line with Korea's strong economic fundamentals. U.S. President Donald Trump says Russian President Vladimir Putin has agreed to pause attacks on Kyiv for 1 week due to extreme winter weather. Speaking during a televised cabinet meeting in Washington on Thursday, Trump said he personally asked Putin to halt strikes as temperatures across Ukraine plunge. He said Putin agreed not to fire on Kyiv and surrounding towns for a week, citing what Trump described as extraordinary cold conditions. However, Russia has not confirmed any such agreement. Trump did not specify when the pause would take effect, but temperatures in Kyiv were forecast to drop sharply from Thursday night, with lows expected to reach -24 degrees Celsius in the coming days. The European Union has designated Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps as a terrorist organization following its deadly crackdown on protests. EU foreign ministers reached a decision in Brussels on Thursday, adding the powerful IRGC to the bloc's terror list alongside groups such as Islamic State and Al-Qaeda. This follows the killings of thousands of protesters in Iran, a turning point that pushed previously cautious countries such as France and Italy to back the listing. The EU also sanctioned 15 individuals and 6 entities targeting Iran's interior minister, senior prosecutors, Revolutionary Guard commanders, and agencies linked to censorship, surveillance, and drone and missile development. Tehran called the EU's move a major strategic mistake. The U.S. Senate blocked a critical government funding bill pushing Washington to the brink of a partial shutdown as a fierce dispute over immigration enforcement intensified. Lawmakers failed to advance the budget on Thursday after Democrats refused to fund the Department of Homeland Security, demanding new limits on immigration and customs enforcement operations. The standoff follows the fatal shootings of 2 protesters by federal agents in Minneapolis, prompting Democrats to call for warrants, clearer identification of officers, and tighter oversight of ICE. A procedural vote failed 45-55. And there will be partial shutdown from this weekend if no deal is reached by the Friday deadline. President Donald Trump said he wants to avoid a shutdown, adding his administration would work in a bipartisan way to do so. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.